All right, guys. This is Acer of Spades, Team BLA State 268. We are number one. The title of this video, T9 Shooters, the most powerful unit in Last Shelter Survival. So, guys, please go ahead and like and subscribe if you can. Comment in the section below if you have any questions or if I missed anything. But more importantly, this video will conclude my T9 units playlist. The playlist will be in the description below with all the other videos that pertain to this. So seriously, take the time out and actually watch them because there's always something new to learn and there's a lot of information in each one of those videos that are going to be in the description section below. Now, on to the strongest units in the game, T9 shooters. Let's get started. So, have you ever run into a level 25 base with massive kill count that literally gives you the chills? If so, T9 shooters are likely included. So, why shooters? In battle, where shooters are attacking, there are pretty much often unmatched. They possess the highest attack of any other unit in the game. Base attack on T9 Enhanced Rangers literally is 115 attack. By the way, that is only second by 96 with vehicles. And of course, the hunks only have 77. Crazy part about all that is that shooters directly counter vehicles just based on tech and beat vehicles to death. So the only thing they got to do is try to take out some of those T9 hunks, which isn't necessarily easy for shooters, but when they are attacking, it's pretty close. So my only suggestion is to make sure that you are attacking and not necessarily always defending. The others typically counter each other pretty evenly. The same cannot be for shooters when they are attacking. The fact is, when they are attacking, unless you're literally running into somebody of exact equality with the exact same heroes and the exact counter in their strong suit, typically shooters are going to win. And that's what makes them so dangerous. Now, shooters' weaknesses. Outside of fighters themselves, where the Rangers can fall short is HP and their actual cost. So guys, just so we're clear, shooters cost a lot of iron to gain and even more just to maintain them. So a player who is using shooters, especially against a fighter exclusive player, which by the way are pretty rare, are going to run through a lot of iron and money, both of which are the hardest to obtain in Last Shelter Survival. So to combat this, I suggest using the best orange first slot hero and the best orange third slot hero along with Reaper in the middle. Destroyer's 7th skill will increase the HP, and as you can see with Rangers, they nearly have half the HP that T9 fighters do. As you can see here, Wonderful Destroyer will give you, when maxed out, 15+% HP to all the shooters in your formation that he is involved with. What's great about Reaper, as I just mentioned, is it's going to give you a plus 25% siege might for the squad, hopefully with shooters in it, that it's attacking with. Then lastly, the hero that I deem the best third row base hero, Iron Guard Hans. He is going to do a lot of different things. As you can see, mine is not maxed out because I went fighter exclusive first and not shooter. But let's go over what Hans actually does so you can understand why he's so powerful. So number one, he actually has the strongest base first level skill. Now it does have a prep, but it's also a 50% chance. So understand when this is maxed out, he is going to do the most damage than anyone else. He's also going to give shooters exclusively more skirmish might than anybody else because he will go all the way up to 35% might directly for shooters. And he does something that the others don't do. None of them will give you a direct damage buff. He will give you plus 10% base, and that increases with his actual level, plus 10% damage base. Now, what's cool about that is understand increasing your might is not the same as increasing your damage. And although it says only 10%, understand that might can easily be combated by resistance. But whatever your base damage is, being increased by 10%, there's no combat for that. That's a direct increase in damage. So that's really cool that he does that with his awakening. And execution, one of my favorite favorite skills that I haven't really used very much. What he's going to do is he is going to do exceptional amount of damage to whatever's in range, but he's also going to make them take 10% more damage even at this level, level 1, lasting for 2 turns. And as you can see, if you go down the bottom fully unlocked, it's going to increase that. So guys, you definitely want to play with Hans. Then finally, unlike anything else, he's going to increase that might up to another 35%. He's making shooters ridiculous. You do that along with Destroyer and Reaper, guys, huge combination if you're just starting out and you're attacking with your shooters. So before we move forward off of the heroes, I just want to make this very, very clear. Seasonal heroes change everything, guys. And future videos, we're going to go into all of that. I need you to make sure that you understand this is for introductory purposes for those who haven't experienced T9 shooters or don't really know much about them. That combination I just mentioned is excellent when attacking. Understand that Reaper Siege attack does not work when it's defending. So do not have it as a defense APC, but it will crush when it's an attacking APC. Next, let's go into shooter tech. So if you go here into shooter training, all technology that leads to T9 goes through a very similar pattern. The first two are going to increase might and defense. The next is going to increase whatever that particular unit counters. In this case, shooters counter vehicles. So that's what that next one does. Now, shooters start to take a small, or actually a large turn right here. See, what shooters are going to do is increase or introduce what we call crit rate in the game. And they get 30%, whereas the other units do not. And of course, siege resistance, which is universal. Then they're going to go back into a counter on their counterpart, in this case, vehicles. Now, scope and nanofiber are going to do the same thing as the top two, increase might and resistance. Then we have enhancement. We all know about that. Then you increase their recruitment, their cost is reduced, and their promotion is easier. Steady aim makes them resistant to vehicle. Again, going right in the same. And then you can go into promotion to make sure you can get those T9 from even base 1 if you want it. Now that major turn happens again, guys, at siege drill. See, you're going to increase shooter siege attack 30%, and you can add that other 25% that Reaper does, as well as shooters attack at 30%. Now, what's really cool, again, back up to this precision shooting. When vehicles go to this level, they just increase load and how much they can gather and things along those lines. And that's fantastic for when you're trying to attack for resources, but not when you're trying to attack for kill count. And the same thing happens with fighters. As much as I love my fighters, they take a specific turn to be used as defense. So if you're attacking with them, it does have a huge difference in comparison to the crit rate. But they do counter crit rate in their... Anyway, so you get it. Fighters do counter shooters very well. So that means because shooters are so effective attacking, I highly suggest you use them exactly for that. But that does not change the fact that they're awesome for defense, because fighters are almost never good at attacking unless they're dealing with shooters. And because almost everyone is attacking with vehicles, having a strong set of fighters is cool, but having an even stronger set of shooters waiting for those vehicles to hit your base is even better. So I almost highly suggest that. The only time they lose is if somebody else is going against shooters and those shooters attack your defending shooters. The attacking shooters of equal level will win. Next, we'll go into base shooter parts. Shooters typically use the Ranger parts to get things done. And without going through each and every one of these individually, understand that the highlights are they're going to increase 30% HP in total, which is huge because shooters have that as a weakness. 60 combat speed, also a huge, huge deal, along with 60% tactical might when you have gold parts. Now, gold Ranger parts are only combined through a lot of hard work. And by the way, S heroes and dreadnought parts with fighters at the same level are the only thing that are going to combat them and counter them properly. Side note, I want to actually express this to you guys. If I started completely over in Last Shelter Survival, I would probably still go T9 vehicle first, but I would immediately go T9 shooter, and I would probably only ever make shooter parts. Parts take forever, guys. A free player may not see a gold set of parts of anything other than Trailblazer after playing for an entire year. And after that point, vehicles running into shooters is suicide. So, in my humble opinion, set your phantom dreams aside, man, and concentrate on those shooters and their shooter destruction power, because you're going to see a lot better KE if you do that. So, in conclusion, guys, attack or defense, shooters are going to do a hell of a job, especially when three-quarters, if not 90% of players are running around with vehicles all the time. That's where the kill count's happening. That's where all the magic happens. S heroes change all that, but we understand that at this point. And guys, go shooter. Enjoy yourself and get your count up. Guys, please like and subscribe to my videos. I have so much more coming. I don't know if you could tell, but I've been a little under the weather. So unfortunately, I'm a couple days later than I wanted to put this out. I've actually been down for quite some bit. Luckily, at my day job, I only work 4 days a week, so I had plenty of time to rest this weekend. Just so you're aware, this is probably going to be one of the last introductory videos I'm going to do for a while, because I got to concentrate on my high level players. So we got a lot of high level S hero videos coming out. We're going to have elite tech and the new building videos coming out. We're going to have a lot more doomsday coming up, guys, with some serious tactics that I've been purposely leaving out for a long time, but my wonderful alliance is going to go into S4, so I'm sure they're not going to mind a few S2 tactics getting leaked. Maybe they'll curse me out. We'll figure it out. They'll tell me after they watch this video. Anyway, guys, again, like and subscribe. Your friend, Acer of Spades, and I'm signing out.